Class we have discussed diffusion. It means the movement of substances from their higher concentration to lower concentration is known as diffusion, which we know by the mixing of gases. Diffusion is the property of the matter. We have also discussed the diffusion of gas in gas. We have discussed diffusion in case of liquid. We have discussed diffusion of solid in solid. I have discussed that when teachers write on the board with the chalk and left for one day, then it is quite difficult to erase it. Why? Because the chalk by which the teacher has written on the board, it has diffused inside the board. That's why it is difficult to wipe it. It is an example of diffusion of solid in solid. I have also told you that the diffusion is fastest in case of gaseous state because it has highest kinetic energy. To the next, it is slow in liquid state in comparison to gaseous state, and it is least or slowest in case of solid state because the kinetic energy is slowest in case of solid state. So the next, today we will discuss the temperature. We will discuss common units of temperature and its measurement. We know the temperature. What is temperature? It means the degree of hotness or coldness of a substance. How much a substance is hotter, that is measured by temperature. Temperature is a physical quantity whose SI unit is Kelvin. It means, what do you know? The SI unit of temperature, the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. It is also measured in degree centigrade or degree Fahrenheit. Let us discuss. In degree Fahrenheit and degree centigrade, it is totally based on the melting of ice and the boiling point of water. It means the degree centigrade and degree Fahrenheit is totally based on the melting point and the boiling point of water. Let us see how it is. The next, the two other units are degree centigrade and the next one is degree Fahrenheit. Clear? That is degree Celsius or degree Fahrenheit. We have discussed that in a thermometer, we know the thermometer is of various kinds. The first one is the mercury thermometer, the alcohol thermometer. The other, we have radiation thermometer. In case of this thermometer, which is used in our daily life, it contains mercury. In that thermometer, the melting point of ice is marked as 0 degree centigrade and the boiling point of water is marked as 100 degree centigrade. Let us see what we have. We have 0 degrees centigrade. That means the melting point of ice, and it is marked as 100 degrees centigrade, which is boiling point of water. Then the intermittent distance is divided into 100 equal parts. That means it is divided into 100 equal parts. It means what we got, this thermometer is totally based on the melting point of ice and the boiling point of water. It means the melting point of ice is termed as 0 degrees centigrade, and boiling point of water is termed as 100 degrees centigrade. Clear? It means, let us relate the different scales of temperature. It means we will discuss relation between different scales of temperature. What is the relation between the different scales? The first one is that if we want to convert Celsius into degree in Fahrenheit, it is equals to 9/5 into degree centigrade plus 32. If you want to convert degree centigrade into Fahrenheit, it will work. If you want to convert degree Fahrenheit into centigrade, it will work. So the next one, if you want to convert degree centigrade into Kelvin, then Kelvin is equals to degree centigrade plus 273. Clear? Let us know it. If we want to know here, question is that if we want to know, let us convert 0 degree centigrade into Kelvin. In order to convert, we know K equals to degree centigrade plus 273. Right here, what we want to write? 0 degree centigrade. Write 0 plus 273 is equals to 273 Kelvin. What we know? It means 0 degree centigrade is equals to 273 what? Kelvin. If we want to convert, question number 2, if we want to convert what? 0 degree centigrade into degree Fahrenheit. If you want to convert, then we know degree Fahrenheit is equals to 9/5 into degree centigrade plus 32. Putting its value, it means 9/5 into 0 plus 32 is equals to 32 degree Fahrenheit. It is also equals to 32 degree Fahrenheit. Clear? We know the normal human body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade. Let us know what is its value in degree Fahrenheit. That means to question we have, convert 37 degrees centigrade into Fahrenheit, degree Fahrenheit. If you want to convert, then write it. Degree Fahrenheit is equals to 9 by 5 into degree centigrade plus 30. You know what to convert? 37 degree centigrade. 9 by 5 into 37 plus 32. What we have? We have 5 7 ja 35, 36, 37, 5 4 ja 20, 9 4 ja 36, 3, 7 9 63, 66, plus 32. When we add this one, what we got? 6 or 2, 8, and 6 plus 3, 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. What we know? We know 37 degrees centigrade is equals to 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. If you want to convert this degree centigrade into Kelvin, then you have the formula. Kelvin is equals to, you know, Kelvin is equals to degree centigrade plus 273. Putting its value, 37 plus 273, it is equals to 0, 1, 0. It means 273 plus 37, 0, 1. It is equals to 310 degree 10 Kelvin. It's equals to 310 Kelvin. To the next, we will discuss the next topic, that is change in the state of matter. We'll discuss change in state of matter. We know matter exists in 3 states. That is, the first one, states of matter. States of matter. What? The first one is solid. The next one is liquid. And the next one is gas. Let us discuss whether they are interconvertible or not. Whether we can convert the solid into liquid, liquid into gas. If we want to convert, then we will know what are the factors which are responsible for the conversion of solid into liquid, liquid into gas, gas into liquid, liquid into solid. Let us take an example. We know when we place water in the refrigerator, then we know after a certain time it is converted into ice. It means the liquid changes into solid state. Further, if we keep the ice cubes at the normal temperature, if we heat the ice cube, then it is converted into liquid state. If we further heat the liquid water, then it is converted to vapor state. Clear? It means we know the one state can be converted into another state by changing temperature. What we got means ice can be converted into liquid water. Liquid water. It can be further converted into vapor state. It means what we are doing here in the state only we are going to increase the temperature. It means that if we change the temperature, then the state of matter may change. It means, to the next one, if we cool the vapor state, then it comes into liquid state. If we cool the liquid state, it further comes in the form of ice. What we are doing here only we are going to change the temperature, and when we change the temperature, then the state of matter is changed. It means one factor we got, that state of matter can be changed by changing temperature. Let us take another example, but it is quite difficult to know. You know the LPG which is used in your house. The LPG which is used in our house, what is the full form of LPG? The full form is liquefied petroleum gas. It means originally it was gas. Originally it is in gaseous state, but in that cylinder it is highly compressed by application of pressure. On application of higher pressure, the state of that gas is changed into liquid state. If you have observed in your daily life that a cylinder which contains gas, it is in liquid state. When you shake the cylinder, then you will observe that something liquid is there. It means on application of higher pressure, a gas can be converted into liquid state. It means the next factor is that the pressure is also capable to change the state of matter. Again, we have another example, that example of solid carbon dioxide gas, that is also known as dry ice. It will exist in solid state only and only at higher pressure. But as we decrease the pressure, it is converted into gaseous state. It means what we know, the two deciding factor, temperature and pressure, will decide the state of matter. It means what we got? The first one, temperature, and the next one is pressure. We can change the physical state of matter. How? By the first one is known as by changing temperature, by changing temperature, and the next one is by changing pressure. It means we can change the state of matter, we have seen, by changing temperature and by changing pressure. Let us discuss the effect of change of temperature. We know that when we heat ice cube, then it slowly melts. It means if we increase the temperature, then the ice is converted into liquid state, the solid is converted into liquid state, and the temperature at which the solid is converted into liquid state, that is known as its melting point, or the process is also termed as fusion. The melting point is a characteristic to know the force of attraction between the molecule. It means let us know what happens when we increase the temperature and when we increase the pressure. See here, on increasing temperature, when we increase the temperature, if we have this solid state, When we increase the temperature, then this vibration motion, I have told you that in case of solid state, they have vibration motion along their mean position. On changing temperature, on increasing temperature, the kinetic energy of this particle increases. When kinetic energy of this particle increases, then the distance between them increases. If the distance increases, then they are somewhat far apart, and if they are somewhat far apart, then the force of attraction decreases. And if the force of attraction decreases, then in that case, they are somewhat free and they are converted into liquid state. First one. It means what we got, by increasing temperature, the kinetic energy of the particles increases, and thereby increasing the interparticle space, and thereby decreasing the interparticle force of attraction, and hence they are converted into liquid state. To the next, if we are going to heat the liquid state again and again, then further the kinetic energy is increases and the distance between the particle also increases. The force of attraction between the particle decreases and they become more and more free and they are converted into gaseous state. To the next, if we are going to change the pressure, if we are going to increase the pressure over the gases, then this pressure will bring the molecules of the gases closer to each other. If they are bring closer to each other, then their interparticle distance decreases. And when interparticle distance decreases, then the force of attraction increases. In this case, when the force of attraction increases, then they are slowly converted into liquid state. This is how the temperature and pressure is going to change the state of matter. To the next, we will discuss the effect of change of temperature. It means the effect of change in temperature. And we know what we know: solid to liquid change, solid to liquid change. We know solid to liquid change is known as